Hey guys! Alright, so let's talk about eating out as a vegan, because a lot of people I know are turned off at the idea of even becoming vegan because they think it's so hard to eat out and they just can't imagine themselves going out to eat and not having anything to eat other than a salad or some fries. So let me tell you that that is not the case. Luckily, I live in a city in Philadelphia where there's tons of vegan options, and a lot of restaurants have like vegan friendly options or whatever. So but we do travel a lot, we go all over the place, so I have found a couple tips and tricks on how to help find vegan options even in restaurants that don't cater to vegans. So tip number one: if you know in advance the place that you're going to, go onto Google, do your research, type in the name of the place, then type in vegan options. A lot of times you will get either PETA on there telling you the vegan options that you have, if it is a chain restaurant, like a very popular restaurant that, I guess is like a worldwide or countrywide or whatever the case may be. Another thing you can do is just go onto the restaurant's website, look at their menu, because most restaurants have their menus online now, and see if they have any vegan options. If they don't have any vegan options, look at the vegetarian options. If they have a vegetarian option, look at what it is that you can, take out. So, for example, the other day, we were camping and we decided to eat out, and I wanted a eggplant parm, but obviously without the parm. So what I did was just ask for the eggplant parm without the parm. It was absolutely delicious. I never thought that I would like the eggplant parm without the actual parm, but it was so good. And that's just another example of something that you can do. Even things that you don't even think about, eating without the cheese or eating without this or that, you need to try it and you might really like it. So another thing is pizza. Get your pizza vegetarian style, so veggies and all that, without the cheese. Most places, their crust is made, or their pizza dough is made, vegan or accidentally vegan. You could always ask if they put any milk or eggs or butter or anything like that into their crust. Tip number two is talk to your waiter or your server. If you just happen to pop into a restaurant that you're not familiar with, or that you didn't have a chance to Google or research, and you look through the menu and you just don't see anything that is vegan friendly, because this happened to me the other day and I'll tell you in a second. So you can ask your waiter, excuse me, do you guys have any vegetarian or vegan options? Because think about the vegetarian options always, because you can always customize that. And if they say yes, then awesome, you're in, because chances are, even if they don't, they will go back and ask the chef what it is that they can make for you, and they will make you something, because this has happened to me. The other day, we went rock climbing, and on the way back from rock climbing, we always pass this place when we go cycling that is like a little kind of it's just this cute little restaurant. So we decided to pop in after rock climbing the other day, and I didn't even think about researching it. We just went in because we were hungry, and I sit down and I look through the menu and I'm like, wow, they really have nothing for me to eat here. It's an Italian restaurant, but they had it was mostly pasta, but all the pasta had either some sort of shrimp and a ton of cheese, and even the sauces were made of cheese. And then they have some with meat and a ton of bacon, and it was just OMG, what am I supposed to eat here? So obviously I didn't see anything on the menu, not to mention most of the menu was in Italian, so I couldn't even understand it. So the waiter came around and I'm like, excuse me, do you guys have any vegan options? And she was like, yeah, actually we have a couple of these, or most of our menu, I think she said, we can customize into a vegan option. And she's like, well, let me just go and double check with the chef. So she did, and she came back and she's like, oh, you can have the tomato conserva, or you can have this and that, or the pizza, or whatever, a bunch of stuff. And they even said they can do, cucumber slices instead of the bread, even though the bread was vegan. So I decided to go with the tomato conserva and with the bread, because the bread was absolutely delicious, and I just couldn't see myself just eating, the little sauce stuff with just zucchini slices, because it just wasn't going to be filling. Tip number three, which kind of ties into tip number two, basically the other day we went into a Mexican restaurant, and Mexican restaurants have tons of vegan friendly options. There's tons of different things that you can, you know, customize when you go to a Mexican restaurant. You know, instead of the meat, you can swap it out for beans or more veggies, or you know, you can add a extra avocado or whatever the case may be. The other day we went, and you know, the lady, I didn't want to say, you know, I'm vegan, because not a lot of people know, you know, what vegan is. So and she spoke like little English, so I didn't want to like overwhelm her. So I mean, I spoke to her in Spanish, and I asked her if, you know, they had any vegetarian options. And she told me that, you know, that the chef could make up some, you know, make up something for me as a vegetarian option. And I said, okay, that would be great if you guys can, you know, give that to me without the cheese. And they did, and I didn't even know what I was gonna get, but she came back with this amazing plate of food. It was like 4 tacos, and then it was like some cactus salad, and then it was like some veggies and rice and beans, and it was so good. And I'm glad that I communicated with her. So Mexican restaurants, you know, just a lot of ethnic restaurants, like Thai restaurants, Middle Eastern restaurants. And next tip is, don't go to a steakhouse. I mean, if it's somewhere that is like obviously, you know, strictly meat, and their main thing is meat, don't go there, because yeah, you might find a vegan option, but why support that? You know what I mean? Why support, you know, a place that strictly, you know, centers their, you know, their menu on meat? Not to mention, you're gonna feel uncomfortable. So that's just another tip. Just avoid it overall. And lastly, don't be discouraged. If you go to a place and you ask for something that's vegan, or that you think is vegan, and then it turns out, you know, they bring you the wrong thing, or you find a little piece of something in there that shouldn't be in there, don't be discouraged. You know, keep on trying. Ask for what it is that you really want. Like, for example, the other time we went camping, it was in Lancaster, and they don't have vegan options, so you kind of have to like customize whatever it is you want with the server or with the waiter. So I asked her for this like salad that was actually already in the menu. I just took out the cheese. So she comes back and she brings me this salad that has a ton of chicken. It had bacon bits on it and cheese. And I look at it and I'm like, what? And I'm I mean, my reaction was just like, I couldn't even hide my reaction, because I'm like, what? And I'm like, this is not what I asked for. And she's like, yeah, you said something about crispy chicken or something. And I'm like, no, I asked for the Granny Smith apple something. I don't remember what it was, but it was like a fruit salad, and for some reason they had added cheese to it before, and I decided to get that off. But she came back with that, and I'm like, you know, that's not what I asked for. So she nicely took the stuff, went back, brought me the original food I had ordered, and it was perfectly fine. It all went good. And then I went to a Mexican restaurant, and I ordered, I think it was a burrito or a quesadilla or something, and I asked for no cheese, and they came back and they had cheese. But, you know, I nicely said, I ordered it without cheese. Could you please, you know, give me one without cheese? And they were nice about it. They went, came back, brought me my food. And then the last experience that I had was at, I don't want to say the name, but it was at a restaurant, and I got this salad, this big salad, and then it was actually advertised as vegan. And then in the center, all the way in the bottom of the salad, there was a little piece of chicken. It was like a little cube of chicken, and I was so upset, because I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So I ended up writing, you know, feedback, or emailing some feedback to the restaurant, and they ended up sending me a $25 gift card, and they told me, next time you come in, please let us know, so that, you know, I can personally apologize and blah, blah, blah. So these restaurants, these places, they want to cater to you. That's what they're there for. They want to feed you. They want to feed you what it is that you want to eat, because they want you to come back. So don't be afraid. Don't be shy to ask for what you want, to voice out your opinion, and eat and be happy. So yeah, those are the tips that work for me, and I hope they work for you. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video. Also follow me on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye guys.